Hello and welcome to my awesome health videos journey. That's the word I use. That's the finger guns I use. Brett Dupree once again talking about it. I haven't talked about emotions and dating in a while. Probably because I haven't really had anything emotional since I became diabetic and dealt with and dealing with the uh, um, breakup of my almost 5 year relationship, and yeah, so the fact that anything really bad hasn't happened is a good thing. I think I don't need bad emotional things to happen to me, but for the most part, my emotions have been fine. I have some days where I'm feeling kind of lonely, and some days where I'm feeling like I miss being in a relationship and I miss the good parts. And then I go back. So, like, in a way, I'm back to where I was, like, emotionally before I got into the relationship. Kind of like working on being fine with who I am, working on myself, because that's my obsession. Does my collar look weird to you? Should it be out like that for both the sides? Or should it be. I don't know. I'm just so judgmental. I'm both judgmental in how I look, and I don't want to put any effort into it. That's not the best combination. Anyway, back to what I was saying. So when I'm thinking about that, back before I met my ex, I was into wanting to date and really starting to just kind of thinking about getting into it. Uh, you know, I was dealing with a lot of emotions back then, but that was a little different. Um, Being laid off, that took me like 2 years to start feeling confident enough in myself as a person. That really shook me. Uh, Dealing with that, feeling secure in my first job and then losing it. So it's actually not that different than feeling secure in a relationship and losing that. But the difference is just noticing my actions this summer is that I was ready for dating in the sense of like if it was handed to me on a platter, I would go out on a date. But to put actually any effort into me doing something. Like for a while, I joined OnlyFans. No, for a while I joined OnlyFans to get some dates, because that's where you get dates. Is OnlyFans. Yeah, they're just a little expensive, is all. Anyway, I'm just joking. I meant Plenty of Fish. I joined Plenty of Fish and Bumble, and I ended up deleting my Plenty of Fish account. I just keep Bumble every once in a while, and honestly, I have Bumble as almost this ritual that I do for myself of like I'm available, I'm available, I'm available type thing. Because a lot of it is honestly, I really want to work on my health, and I do have limiting beliefs on my health, especially with how my body looks like my big old man boobs that I've been talking about in that one. And what's worse is that stomach, and the stomach that drips, and that fat in between there, and my big ass thighs, and I just wonder how could someone want to be with someone my size. I might think about that. That comes in my head. But also with the amount of energy I am putting into, thinking about eating and eating healthy. The funny part is like Ozempic does quiet food noise, but at the same time, I ratcheted up a little because I really want to have healthy eating habits, and I really am still working on that, still focusing on that. So I'm probably eating more than the average person does when they're not feeling as not hungry as I feel sometimes. But it's important to me because I want to be healthy. So I am putting a lot of my energy into that, and honestly, I've come to the conclusion I'm not really willing to do the actions it takes to go on dates and do the dating thing. Like I got this one person's number and thought like, we should hang out some, but after texting the first day, I just didn't feel like doing it anymore, and it was kind of ghosting in a way. I don't think she was that interested in me anyway, probably just because she didn't seem ready to date anyway. Based on our conversation, it was more of a hangout thing, but I just didn't do the work, and she didn't either. After, I ended the conversation, and she never conversated with me, so it's not like she conversated with me and I ghosted her. I just didn't push it forward because I just don't have the energy to push things forward to a certain extent. I don't know if I have the energy to feel rejected right now. Um, do I have the self-esteem? I mean, I just got my self-esteem back. Do I have the self-esteem to deal with rejection? Because that's what dating is a lot of rejection. Sometimes it's even like even me rejecting someone else. That takes energy. Like, ooh, this isn't working out. That feels. I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings. And do I want to do that? I mean, in a way, it's like looking for a job. I mean, in a sense, meeting people and stuff. And so I always think to myself, once I have the energy to keep my apartment clean, as you can see for that box over there, if you're not on Instagram, how do I get my fingers to point the same way? This is all reversed, so so it's confusing. So basically, once I keep my apartment clean, my desk is clean. If you listen to my last video, I clean my desk. I use my Shark. I got a new Shark vacuum. Holy crap, that thing sucks. It sucks hard. I love it. It sucked my desk good. But yeah, so what I'm saying is sometimes you just got to be honest with yourself, and I have to be honest with myself. I'm not ready to push myself. I'm ready to receive if I don't have to put much work into it, or some work into it. I mean, that's how my last relationship started. I was in a very similar spot, to be honest. That was at a very emotional time. 2018 is when I started, and just dealing with that roommate, dealing with being broke, and dealing with just declaring bankruptcy and all the crap that I dealt with then. Honestly, since 2016, I mean, I had to now, it's actually probably been some of the hardest in my life, to be honest. But I'm working on myself, working on getting my mind right, working on setting myself up for success, and hopefully the next few years will be good for me. I'm really looking, if I keep my current job until 2026, that's going to be awesome. Because that is when my bankruptcy is off my record, my car is going to be paid off, and I'm going to have an awesome credit score. Oh yeah, you know what women love? Awesome credit scores. But, well, hopefully I find a girlfriend or get into relationships before that, so I don't have to resort to trying to find a mail order bride at 50 or 60. That wouldn't be fun. I'm joking, of course. Anyway, yeah, that's just me talking about dating and stuff. I hope you have an amazing day. Love ya.